Good afternoon and welcome to the Wattics Energy Learning Community. My name is Amy Ryan and I'm coming to you from the MX Energy Management Show, and today I have with me Kanishka Misal, who is the Managing Partner for Strategic Services at Tata Consultancy Services. Welcome, Kanishka.
Thank you. Thanks, Amy, for having me over.
So today you were talking about managing your total energy cost as an outcome.
Yes.
Can you tell me exactly what this entails?
So the concept of total energy cost is something many organizations don't factor in. They look at their energy bills as the main cost. But if you actually come to think of it, there are about 19 or 20 other parameters that contribute to your total energy cost, which in turn then means, do you invest in everything in that space, or do you pick and choose what you want to do? Which finally bottles down to saying, I need to know what the outcome is. What do I want to get out of my energy program? And unless I have defined that, there is no point in actually trying to invest in every different activity under your cost structure.
Could you then provide maybe an example or a couple of examples where this strategy has been implemented effectively?
We at Tata Consultancy Services have about 145 facilities around the world. And I'm proud to say that we've actually implemented this strategy for ourselves. We went right back to our leadership and at the highest level, almost at the chairman and the CEO's level, we defined what outcome we want. And one of the fundamental outcomes was we wanted to decouple our total energy costs to our growth. And we are growing very well. So it meant that we need to be able to manage that cost as an outcome. We've also been able to replicate this for two other organizations in the United Kingdom with a smaller portfolio, but they're spending about 3 to 5 million in their electricity spend. And I think it's been a great experience to have seen this, pull this through over the last 3 years and run it as an outcome. And the outcome, when I say, is almost 3 or 4 things. One was, of course, the total cost, but the most vital was the employee comfort. And so we created that as one of the pivotals and drove it based on those with parameters to monitor the cost, the consumption, and the comfort index.
And then where do the common pitfalls lie in terms of managing your energy costs? Where do companies often go wrong, do you think?
I think one of the biggest gaps in the sector is that companies are focusing on very specific projects or piecemeal activities. They're not taking a step back and trying to understand the holistic picture. They're not driving it from an outcome perspective to say one particular change in a facility can impact another parameter. As an example, let's say I'm a facility manager and I'm running this particular EMEX facility. Now, the comfort of every member walking into this store is, in this particular arena, is very important. So saving energy is not just the prime aspect. And if I go and implement a change which will, let's say, cut down or switch off lights here, yes, that will save you energy, but in essence, it'll hit your comfort level. So it's important to see what outcome, and that's the vision that many companies are lacking today.
And then what, in your opinion, are some of the common tools needed to implement an effective strategy for managing energy costs?
It's a very good question, actually. I know there are a lot of softwares and tools and things in the market, but I would put them into 3 different buckets. So you need to have a data collection tool, which is very important. Pull in all the information into one box. You need to have an analytics tool which will tell you, when you have the data, what the data translates to. So what insights are you giving from that? And the third is the ability to manage the outcome of those information. So let's say you found a problem, but you haven't tracked to closure. So it has to have a third tool, which is incident management, or the ability to track everything to a closure. So if you put them in 3 different categories, it's collection, management, and maintenance.
Is there anything that is not being said enough, do you think, about managing energy costs, or avenues that haven't been explored?
Yes, I think going back to almost what I started with, the total energy cost is a sum of your 18 or 20 different fields. Some of them are hidden things. As an example, let's say we were looking at a facility and it's being managed for energy management, but you have a problem and you call up the call center and you tell them that the light's not working. Somebody has actually picked up the phone and there is a cost involved in that. We haven't factored that into our total energy cost. So these hidden levers, which contribute to about 10 to 20% of an overhead onto your main energy bill, can actually give you a significant increase in the energy consumption, even though you might have done a lot of projects on the main electricity bill.
Thank you so much for joining us at the Wattics Energy Learning Community today. Thank you for sharing your insights and knowledge. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks.